What did we learn? Make sure we take the steak out of the fridge half an hour before we need it. Make sure we season the steak, salt, pepper, a little bit of herbs. Make sure the pan, the grill is nice and warm. We put it on the pan, we put it on a 45-degree angle, a 90-degree angle once, twice, we turn it over, and an inch of steak takes roughly about 5 minutes to cook, depending on the doneness. An inch will take maybe 300, maybe 400 degrees in the barbecue, will take 10 minutes. But I like to eat my steaks nice and rare, if not blue, so I'm going to cook it a lot less. Anyway, then the most important thing is we let it rest once it's cooked. The reason we let the steak rest is very, very simple. It's to let the juices go back into the steak. Another thing we say is we're going to take the steak off the grill, we're going to let it relax for about 5 minutes. And sometimes what we do is, just to give it a bit more taste and flavour, we're going to brush it with a little bit of butter, just a little bit of butter, and let it sit there. And it's going to relax and it's going to feel as if it was the best thing that's in sliced bread. This is like the epiphany of a steak. Steak, we have to treat it with respect. Yeah. The other thing we can do is, I like at the end now is putting a little flavour in there. Right. So for instance, I've put a little bit of chimichurri sauce on here, which I have. Chef Lee's going to cut this up, so I'm just going to put a little chimichurri sauce over the top. And the reason I like to put like a chimichurri sauce at the end, or my marinade that I'm going to put at the end, I'm going to taste 100% of that. I'm going to taste all the ingredients for the chimichurri sauce, I'm going to taste the frying item, which is the beef, and I'm going to taste all the grilling that we've worked hard to get. Chef, you want to cut this up?
Sure, yeah, sure. So, a little bit on the angle. So you get a little bit quick. Oh, look at that. And
the reason we cut it at an angle as well, it's easy to break down any of the fibers out there. So the secret again is to buy a good piece of meat. You know, like I said, use a prime piece of meat or the best possible piece of meat you can possibly have. And I really believe, you know, price is a big thing when you're buying a steak. But if you buy, you know, half decent steak, it doesn't have to be $20, $30 a pound. But if you treat it with respect, the rewards are great. Like Chef says, the great thing about a steak like this is the fact that 100% there's no moisture comes out, the moisture stays there. And right at the very, very end, if you wish, if you're inclined, a little bit of sea salt. This is Malden sea salt, which I like. Just a couple of pieces, just to help the flavor. And then, needless to say, we both like with a steak is a nice French fry. Crispy French fry again. Simple ingredients, but you know something? You have to treat them with a lot of respect. Making a simple French fry from scratch is as difficult as cooking a steak. When you put those two things together, wow, you have an epiphany, you have a great day, and you have happy guests. Happy guests, all about the chef's house. Making people happy, we're learning as a main ingredient. Thank you. Cheers, Ollie.